2080 plan? So now all of a sudden you become Dave Ramsey, financial guru. Disclaimer before I start this video, I am not a financial advisor. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. I'm giving you this advice because I actually do what I'm telling you. If you need help in budgeting and managing your money, there are plenty of programs out there. There are apps you need a budget that you can use for free. Or you can talk to a financial advisor to help you budget so that maybe you can meet the mark of 80%. All right. So like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. This is a disclaimer, but I do actually do this, and it's been beneficial to me. So yeah, let's get into the content. What's going on, everyone? This is Chris from Advice from a Soldier. And in today's video, we're going to talk about the 20-80% plan. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button so that you can get the latest and greatest of my videos. I try to do about 1 or 2 videos a week. For the most part, I've been doing one, but hey, when something exciting happens or when I get amped about something and I just want to share it with the world, I throw another video in just so, like I said, I can just share it with the world. And if you hear a little bit of background noise, it's because I'm washing clothes. All right, I don't have a mic yet. I'm getting there, man. My setup is getting better. So I'm gonna have better audio and better video and lighting in the future. All right, so what is the 20-80% plan? So think about it like this. It's actually pretty simple. 100% of your money comes in, and then you split it into 2 different accounts, okay? So 80% goes into just a normal spending account. And with that 80%, that's where all your bills get paid. That's where if you want to go out to eat, if you want to, buy a book, buy some clothes, buy whatever, some music, it comes out of that 80%. The 20% is actually split up into 10 and 10. 10%, because I'm a Christian and I love the Lord, and I believe as Christians, we should give faithfully to our local church. So 10% goes to the local church, and then the other 10% goes to retirement. So I'm gonna give some numbers, and I'm gonna base these numbers off of somebody who's 20 years old, and they started doing the 20-80% plan at the age of 20. And they stuck with a number at the age of 20 that they put into their retirement plan for 30 years. And they put that 10%, remember the 20 is broken down into 2 percentages, 10 and 10, 10 to their local church and 10 to their retirement. So they stuck with that 10% number in their retirement over the course of 30 years, and they put it into a pretty modest investment account. And they got back a modest return, let's say 6% over that 30 years. We're gonna look at those numbers, and it was mind blowing to me when I actually did these numbers. So you may see me look over to my left just because I have my notes over there, and I'm gonna also put what I'm saying on the screen so that you can follow along with me. All right, so let's go with a E4 in the Army, a specialist who makes monthly before taxes $2,600.64. And they separated their money into the 20-80% plan. So 80% of that will go into another account, and it would be about $2,131.20. So they would take 20% of their money and they would put it into another account, and that would be $532.80. So from there, they would take 10% of that and throw it into an investment account. And that E4 would take, for the sake of what he or she was making, that $266.40. And they would stick with that number for the next 30 years, and they would put it into that modest investment account. So annually, that would be $3,196.80. That's just in a normal savings account. That's what they would be saving annually. Well, if they were to save that over the course of 30 years, making about a 6% return, that would add up to an interest $267,897. at the end of 30 years at about a 6% return in interest. That is crazy. So let's say that same specialist just said, you know what, I want to put this in just a normal savings account. I don't care about receiving any returns. It would only be, and I say only, it's still a good amount of money, $95,904. So investing that money into a modest, you see that's over $100,000 in interest return that person would make by just putting in that modest account. So I normally share the 80-20% plan with my soldiers. And I share it just like I shared it on this video. I do talk about how, 10% should go to a local church if you're a believer. If you have any questions about why I feel the way I feel about the 10%, please drop a comment below. I would love to do a separate video going through, some biblical texts on why I believe we should give 10% to the church. Some people would say, well, there's no longer any priest. But man, I would love to do a separate video on that. So drop a comment below if you're interested in that. But yeah, I normally talk to my soldiers about this because I'm like, man, if you start now, you're just getting into the Army, you're just, starting whatever job you're at. Your bills may not be as bad as someone who's been in the military for years, have a family, kids. So if you start the good habit of saving now, when you first start that job and when you first come into the military, it's crazy how much you can save over the course of, let's just say, 30 years. Most people in the United States are gonna probably be working beyond 50. So I just ran the numbers to 50 years old. Let's just say you wanna retire at 50. That's a good chunk of change that you can have waiting for you to maybe purchase your first home or purchase a home and then still work and not have to work as hard as you did when you were in your 20s and 30s. Quick video. Didn't want to get too deep in the weeds, but this is a great way that you can put aside some money. And like I said, man, most of the people I talk to say, you know what, I can actually live off of that 80%. This is actually something that I do. All right. I actually live off of less than 80%. I live off about 75% of the money that I intake. And I'm trying to even weed it down to live off about, let's say, 70%. Because I do want to be able to give more. I don't want to just necessarily give a 10%. If I can give more, I want to give more. So if you found this video to be good, if you found this video to be informative, like always, share it with your friends, family, or whoever can benefit from this. Hit the thumbs up for me, drop a comment below. And as always, man, you'll see me in the next video. Peace.